Chinese versus English, which one is better? From a different aspect to look at this issue. My argument is Mandarin are better at expressing complicated ideas than English, and with the technology advancement, we will describe more vocabulary, and Mandarin will have more advantage in this aspect in the future. This is the longest English word. Okay, look at this again. Imagine now, you are not majoring in medicine or any other biology class. Do you know what it means? Probably not, or very difficult. And this is what it means in Mandarin. It's very simple, and it's very straightforward.
Okay, so your mother language is English. Now, translate what this means. Do you have any idea what it's talking about?
Disease of the lung.
Guess what this means?
Yeah, like dirty lung disease, like some kind of disease.
What? How is this possible? Why? Now, another example. Imagine you're someone are not very familiar with biology. Let's take a look at this word. Like, what is it? Now, let's take a look how Chinese word represent this same word.
Okay, what this means?
I don't know.
Kevin, what this means?
So it's like, it's kind of like a worm, or like some kind of animal that live in water, probably. Yeah.
This is very weird. Why Mandarin have this ability of expressing the same word with very, very succinct expression? This is another example. If you look, the two paragraphs are expressing the same information. As you can see, Mandarin are obviously shorter in length. Why is this? I think it's because Mandarin are using a different way to express information than English. For example, look at this word. This word pronounced like "zhua." It means scratch. The left part of this word representing its movement with hand is called 提手旁. The right part sometimes offer a cue of how to pronounce this word. Also, it also have a meaning. This part pronounced like 爪. It means 爪子, claw or hand or animal claws. If you combine a movement with hand and scratching, then you get the meaning and the sound and the action behavior at the same time, just in one single Chinese character. Okay, now let's try to figure out the meaning of this word. The left part, is involve a movement with hand, and the right part representing a nail. Now, imagine what's the meaning of this word. This word means hit. Yes, hit. It can represent hitting someone or fight with something.
Now, let's compare Chinese vocabulary and English vocabulary. Based on my research, Webster's third new international dictionary, English includes 470,000 vocabularies. Let's look at the Chinese vocabulary. Based on 汉语大词典 dictionary, Chinese have 370,000 vocabularies, but they will only have 80,000 Chinese characters. That's a very important thing need to be noticed. Based on the research from Overseas Chinese Cultural Languages and New Education Online, they're showing within those 80,000 Chinese characters, only 5,000 to 6,000 are very common throughout the history. And a little bit more in-depth research from康熙Dictionary since 1716. They have 47,000 words, but the common character is also around 3,000 to 4,000. If you want to understand 99% of the written article, all you need to do is memorize 3,000 common characters. Based on Chinese Academy of Science, the literature standard for Chinese character is 1,500 words, and a college student of science and engineer generally master 2,000 Chinese character. Based on those information, basically everyone can read books, newspaper, and engage in scientific research. And most with a primary school education, you can understand most article. With junior high school education, is enough to understand scientific knowledge and understand the most use of most product. Those 3,000 common characters are very, very powerful. Now let's go back to the first question, why this will be an issue. The invention of internet and the technology explosion will describe more and more words. That means we need to invent more words than ever before. Let's go back to the first question. If you're not expertise on the biology, you probably wouldn't understand which word this means and which category it belongs to. By just looking at the Mandarin representation, first word representing water, the second word representing a kind of insect, and they generally describe a flying wasp-like insect. Without any biology knowledge, just by simply looking at the Chinese character, we can withdraw a lot of information from this word. I'm not saying English doesn't have the word roots. Yes, some part is like Mandarin. They will have a specific meaning. They represent certain things. But the thing is that this will combine into a very, very long word. And somehow, I think in the future, it will be very complicated to explain a very general phenomenon. And that's why Mandarin will have certain advantage in expressing complicated expressions, because Mandarin word single character will represent a lot of meaning than English characters. Maybe you will have a huge advantage in describing complicated term like scientific word, and maybe that will be a huge advantage in the future. Maybe that's why 3,500 common Chinese character can express more than 99% of the information. What do you think about this? Do you agree with it?